I have absolutely no business working with professional athletes, yet here we are. So I just wanted to make a quick, almost like a rant here. Um, it's just something I've been thinking about lately. I work with professional athletes, okay? And just recently, I've had an NBA player in my DMs asking me some questions about movement training, potentially working together. And this is what I've been thinking about. So this guy's got Achilles tendonitis, he's got knee pain, low back pain, and he's telling me that, all of his trainers and coaches are just emphasizing weight, just weight training. And he's like, nobody is even thinking about movement and quality of movement. And so he's just intrigued in the things that I do and preach, right? And movement training in general. And I'm just thinking to myself how crazy it is to be working with professional athletes and having guys literally from the NBA in my DMs asking these kinds of questions, asking for help, because these guys have access to the best training, coaches, right? Everything like in the world. At least I think that's pretty safe to assume. And yet those people can't fix their pain and injuries. Why? Why is almost an easy answer, because the system's broken, bro. And weightlifting just isn't doing it. And people need to really just wake up to it and realize that. I just can't believe this guy literally brought it up himself. He's like, dude, my trainers and coaches, right? They just emphasize weights. And I'm thinking about how these trainers and coaches probably more or less have been with the team for a while, probably a couple years, if not longer, or they've probably been on other teams or had tons of experience prior. And so I would assume collectively as a group for this particular NBA team, the coaches and trainers have a ton of experience combined, probably decades worth, right? So it's a lot of smart people who work hard and they can't even help this guy get out of pain. And I just think about it. How do these people not just think outside the box? Like, it's not that hard. I'm not saying you have to do movement training, come to your own conclusions about stuff, but you would think that over all those years collectively combined, they'd go, hey, we've seen knee pain a million times, and here's all the different things that we've tried and none of it's worked. What haven't we tried? It seems like they're not doing that. They're just doubling down on stuff, right? Oh, we need to do more ISOs or more load management. We need to ice more, right? And do decompression, or we need to just get stronger in the gym. And it's like, dude, that literally hasn't worked and it still isn't working, and you guys aren't changing anything. And it's just so bad that even these professional athletes are starting to question stuff. And they're like, dude, like, I just don't feel good doing this stuff. And, I've been doing weights. I'm clearly strong and athletic, genetically gifted. That's part of the reason why I'm in the freaking NBA. And yet you guys can't even help me. Like, what am I supposed to do? So, it's a little bit of a rant, but I'm just saying that the system really is broken. You gotta think outside the box. Why are non-contact injuries rising for everybody, not just sports, just in general, and in younger and younger athletes, right? Joint replacements are going up, wear and tear, load management, missing games, missing seasons, whatever it is. Clearly, the current strategy, which is weight training, just isn't working anymore. And then you get freaking professional players reaching out to people like me who do movement training, looking for other ways because no one else is giving them any answers. So the system's broken. And obviously I preach to do movement training. I think that's the best thing for anybody, especially athletes, to do to get better. But you need to come to your own conclusion about that. This isn't just a I'm right, everyone else is wrong kind of thing. I don't like that at all. But just think for yourself a little bit. Don't just take everyone's word for everything. And it's a real issue when these professional players who have access to everything and it still can't help them. That's a problem.